Welcome you all in the second week of Basics of Financial Modeling. So I hope you have understood the basic concepts of financial modeling that we have covered in the first week of Basics of Financial Modeling. Now in the second week, we are going to cover how to create a financial model. So basically this module is related to creating financial models. And this session and this module I am going to take through 5 sessions, right? And in the first session, I am going to cover identify the problems and gathering data. Second session is going to cover about the layout of model, defining inputs and calculations. In the third session of week second, I am going to cover about the output blocks and determine audience. In the fourth session of the second week, I will cover about the basics of Excel and conditional formatting. And in the last session of the second week, I'm going to cover about the Excel formula. So all these sessions I'm going to take in the second week, with which you will be able to complete the second module of basics of financial modeling. Now the learning outcomes from the second module, you will be able to demonstrate the steps to create a financial model and connect the uses of Excel shortcuts and Excel formulas in developing financial models. So let's start the first session of second week, identify the problem and gathering data. So when we are talking about identify the problems, so it is basically related to the problem that we are facing in our day-to-day life. In real life, we are having so many problems and we are facing problems on daily basis. But it is very difficult to predict the problem in advance. In the same manner, businesses are also facing lots of issues in day-to-day working. A good financial modeler needs to predict the problem and try to find out the solution of the same. So there is a requirement of representing the problem in a structured way. Right? We have to represent the problem in a structured way. Now what is this structured way? Structured way, that is to be understandable way, that through which we are able to understand, okay, this is our problem. So this is possible only if the developer is taking the inputs from the actual users. For example, if you are developing a financial model to forecast the future cash flows in the business with the help of discounted cash flow method, you need to ask so many questions like what is the ratio of debt and equity, what is the cost of debt and equity, from the concerned person. Concerned person, it means for whom you are developing that model. Might be the owner of the organization, might be the management for whom you are developing that model, to put the correct information in the model. The best way to identify the problem is through discussion. So you have to do lots of discussions with the concerned participants or with the concerned person so that you are able to identify the problem. You cannot say that the sales of this company is going down yourself by your assumption. You cannot say like that, right? If you are developing a model, first of all, you need to identify the problem, right? In the second step of creating a financial model is gathering the data. Now we have identified the problem, but we have to find out the data, or we need to gather the data. After identifying the problem, there is a need to collect the right data related to the problem through a reliable source, right? And this is a crucial task. It is said that the right data collection means half work done in the process of creating a financial model. Range of data is to be used to develop a financial model. For example, if you are developing a three-statement model is basically related with the income statement, balance sheet and cash flow statement. So we need to collect the past income statement, balance sheet and cash flow statement of the organization, which will serve the key input to develop a three-statement model, right? And so for this company annual report will be very useful. The another example as if we need to develop a model for portfolio allocation, then various companies like Bloomberg, Yahoo Finance, and Capital IQ, etc., that provide you a reliable finance data in a standardized format. Right? So it's very important from where you are collecting the data. So after identifying the problem, we have to gather the data, and that the source of data is reliable. Right, so it's not like that is from anywhere you can collect the data. It should be a reliable source. Like if you are doing three statement analysis, right, or you are developing a three statement model, then directly you could ask the company that yes, I want the income statement, balance sheet, and cash flow statement of your organization so that I can build a correct model. Right, it's not like that is you are taking or you are assuming about the assets and liabilities of the organization, about the expenditure of the organization yourself. Right, so it's very important to take the inputs from the concerned person, to take the inputs from the available data, reliable data, to develop a financial model. So this is a these two are very important steps to develop a financial model. Right, so these are the two important steps. So that's all for this session. Thank you.